80 kilometers from Mount Kanlaon lies the Municipality of Morsha that houses one Don Bosco retreat house. This is our destination. Kuyugimi sa Negros Occidental and travel with us in experiencing the life of the beautiful people of the Sugar Bowl of the Philippines for the second year of the Bosconian Retreat Community Immersion.
Jump and shout, that's what it's all about. You gotta live your life, stand proud and be free. There's a world for you and me, but only to a certain degree. You gotta learn to be insulated from the ways of the world, adapt to situations, ways to discern the will of the Most High. Jesus Christ, Lord, my Messiah, come into my life. We are the young, we are the ones that are destined to overcome.
As a papa, nalipay ko ani na program because it's one way na makita niya how the world works.
Maybe ako i-exaggerate gamay ang katong among trabaho.
It could open different perspectives and it could be an eye-opening experience for me.
In a world filled with cell phones glued to our faces, it's a little reminder that we have to be a part of someone's life.
I really learned that family is everything.
Sa day na song gusto nga, tingnan na akong pamilya. Kanang magkahiusa. Natin mo na nila sa nga buo dyan sila. Unlike sa akong pamilya, mga nagka-dugay, nagka-bag-bumag sa iba.
A journey filled with sweet memories, life-changing encounters, and a spiritual adventure bounded by a simple brotherhood. Discover what makes an ordinary Bosconian become a Bosconian. This is Byaheng Bosco, becoming a true-blooded Bosconian. Every kilometer marks a small transformation from student travelers to Bosconians on a mission. A 5-day journey away from the comforts of home and the familiar sight of the Queen City of the South, and onto the province of the City of Smiles. A rediscovery of what it really means to become a Bosconian. This is Byaheng Bosco, becoming a true-blooded Bosconian. It is a typical day for most Bosconians, but for a grade 12 Richardsons, they spend a day packing and quietly conditioning themselves to the right state of mind. This experience is somehow high reward, thus it comes with months of preparation. We asked Father Ton about the challenges the pastoral office had in ensuring the success of this retreat immersion.
The parents have so many worries, questions, the safety, their children. Of course, nakasabot raman mi, but the whole preparation actually, especially kung muadto na mi dito, dili jud ko mahimutang because there are so many things to think, also so many things to consider. So the whole preparation is quite challenging in our part because we don't know kung sa'y mahitabo, especially sa weather, no, hopefully okay lang ang experience.
This retreat only came to life through the trust and support of our Bosconian parents, who have their fair share of worries and quiet reservations.
As a parent, of course, I have a little worry because it's a long travel. And then aside from that, I'm happy because I know it's a community activity. And also, I am expecting that my son will learn. Especially, I'm excited regarding the foster parents.
First, second thought is the weather. Okay, medyo lain ang panahon. And then second, sa place na yung mga ano daw, something. But I give my trust with you guys, Father. I'm excited for having experience that as a farmer, looking forward na unsa iyahang ma-think on the other side. Ma-compare niya ang life sa uban pag unsa niya karon. Iyahang mapasalamaton siya. Diba?
Worried pero excited para sa iyang part. Worried kay medyo magunit sila pero I hope na initayin siya makuha niya yung self, ma-take care niya yung kagaling.
As a papa, nalipay ko ani na program because it's one way na makita niya how the world works. Makita niya na o unsa ka nindot o unsa ka lisod o unsa ka different way ang panginabuhi sa mga laing pamilya. It's a good thing that the school has done this program.
Take care, Kuya.
Take care, Kuya.
We will miss you, Kuya.
Then faith is stronger than fear. For our parents, it's their way of letting their child see the other side of life, a gift to Don Bosco and a love note to their Bosconian. Our Bosconians need to sleep early for a 2 a.m. departure. But of course, many choose not to sleep. Their reason?
Basta kami matog.
For most Richardsons, this is their first time going to Negros. They have prepared for this, and they have everything ready. But some have whispers of wondering what their experience would be like across the other island.
My expectations in this retreat is that I'll have some unforgettable memories with my classmates and friends, and I can have a better retreat also myself, connecting with others. Hopefully, I'll have the best retreat that will last in memories. What am I looking forward in the community is that I can have fun, picking flowers maybe, discovering new flowers as well. And hopefully, I can see some beautiful things, in the community as well.
I hope to deepen my spirituality and be able to reconnect and learn more about myself, as with all the daily tasks and schoolwork, I've been kind of getting lost. So hopefully this will be the break I need to do better in class and make a better person for myself.
Maka make me deeper connections with our classmates. And then, I hope na malingaw mi dito. I've experienced farming things sa Mindanao. Unta maka jam rami sa foster parents namin.
Well, hopefully we can bond more as a class, and hopefully we might be even better than classmates and better friends. I'm very familiar with farm life. I expect work will be the hardest part, but I will also find joy in the work.
My expectations for this year's retreat, I will be able to create unforgettable memories and get closer with my classmates to create memories that will last a lifetime. With the community engagement, I'm looking forward to know about their culture, how their lifestyle works there, and to really blend in with them, not to be like a tourist or something, to be one with the community.
As the sunrise greets the sea, the Bosconians arrive at Toledo port. The Richardsons might have little time to sleep, but their advisor has the least nap time. The first to arrive and the last to offboard, ensuring that every head count is complete, a Salesian educator's statement of accompaniment. This is the second year of Ma'am Rio joining this trip as an advisor.
My experience in the previous immersion was fulfilling because I saw my students how they grow more mature, responsible, respectful with staying with their foster parents, and it was a great opportunity for them to learn how to live the real life situation. They connect with other peoples as well. So I was very proud of them during that time because they were able to handle challenges by themselves, and also they make the most out of it.
As Cebu province slowly fades behind and is replaced by open roads, new horizons, and the air is filled with sweet hints of sugarcane. Laughter fills the bus aisles, stories shared, songs hummed, and quiet anticipation.
Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
After more than 9 hours of land and sea travel, the Richardsons had their first stopover in the historic First Don Bosco School in the Philippines, DBTI Victorious. This is their first taste of Negros.
I used to live here.
After a few hours of unwinding in DBTI, the grade 12 headed to the Mary Hap of Christians Church in Canetown, subdivision of Victoria City, to pray for another safe travel and successful retreat. The serene presence of the retreat house embraced our retreatants from my 14-hour-long journey. We asked Sir John, another second-year grade 12 advisor, about his preparations for this retreat and the challenges he faced.
For my preparation for the retreat, I lay everything first on my advisory side. Try to remember, especially sa mga parents na ginapabilin sa kuha, like mga needs sa mga bata. The most challenging as the advisor is kanang diverse ilahang need o imong approach sa ilaha. Kaya each student each advice nimo is the usual same as equal. Mga differences nga nila nga nina ko pangitaan og common ground.
Immersion is not about what they give. It is about what they learn. Here, they see the faces of hard work, gratitude, and faith. And they see themselves in the faces of this community as a reflection of their individuality.
Of course, I was a little anxious because it would be such a different change in lifestyle. And because of that, you could really ask yourself, what if I do something wrong in terms of culture? It could open different perspectives, it could be an eye-opening experience for me. So I was both anxious and excited at the same time.
I could say that it was really a little bit scary because I didn't know how to speak in their language fluently, and even in Tagalog I really struggled. I tried to practice before the meeting and I was trying to prepare myself mentally.
In every task they find humility, and every person they meet, they find meaning.
Expected ko nga lisod tanan, challenging siya tanan sa pag-adto pala dito sa agianan. Ang trabaho dito challenging, usasad ang pagstorya sa mga tao.
Expect ko sa nature ug sa ilang trabaho nga lisod. Gusto ko nang makatabang ko nila. Pero ako kay mas sobra pa day akong pakaysa sa akong pag-expect.
Ang expectation yun na ako kay magtanong nga dili kayo social ang makaon mo to.
Sa expectation ako sa padong ba sa kaingon juga challenging girls kay lahir ra ba sa book sa diri o sa Cebu. Nato realize ko na gusto jud ang ilang trabaho, ilang gibuhat taga-adlaw. Mo lang buhaton ka earn og kwarta.
Sa katong foster family na ko kay bisag gamay na ako natabang hatag ko sa katong akong token o katong bugas o katong small hard work, matawag na lang na to hard work. So I guess akong impact ko okay mo ako ma-appeal sa lang memory na una na natin buutan ay buutan na niya sa ila
ayuda na hatag ng akong token. I think akong token kay magamit dito nila kay mug man to nya ang ilang mug kay nanira ka nang walay kuptanan ba, so lisod kayo if magkutaw sila. Ang second thing is ang small hard work sad kay nanikamot man jud mi ato wala man mega full around.
For me, I really think through the work that we did, so like we were able to help them get a lot. If I would consider the age of my foster parent, she really would need the help of like a day's work lang.
My experience so far was like full of memories, especially being with them. Since as a new advisor, it was like a great experience for me to know them more.
Reflection begins in silence. This is where stories are shared, lessons sink in, and realizations find their voice. 5 days, and that is all that it takes for our grade 12 Bosconians to step back and see a fresher view of themselves, to have a better appreciation of the community.
Dapat makontento lang jud ta kung unsay nahatag sa tong mga ginikanan kay naiuban wala jud mahatag sila ginikanan, sila jud mismo ang itag panginabuhi para sila kagaling.
I got to connect with my classmates, meet new people, and immerse myself sa community dito, and it was a very eye-opening experience. Sayang lang kaysa namin yung buhaton. I wanna do it again.
Dagan yung na-experience nga bag-o, nakasabay ko sa mga tao nga nagpuyo dito nga community. Nakita sa nako unsa sila mo trabaho para sa ilang pangaraw-araw. Ganahan kay gumubalik.
Their impact on the community is simple, but the impact of the simplicity of this community to them is complexly entangled. in their core memory.
Let me tell you a story about this crazy adventures. I completely lost in the woods for the first time, but luckily, those two heroes, kayo, kamungdoha. I'm very so sorry for that I got lost in the woods for all of you. I didn't mean to offend you guys. Please, just don't hate me. Until the end of the day, we have to graduate until we become friends forever. Bye.
A full circle of experience from typical classmates to friends to lifetime pact of brotherhood.
Thank all the sharings. Kung pwede lang na ito madunggan each one, you continue this sharing. Even informal, when we go home, you share this one to your family. We thank God nga we came back safe. Muna importante kaayo. And we bring along with us our experience, our realizations, our learnings.
Until next time, Barangay Minoyan, and thank you for welcoming us, Purok Katugasan 2. We'll be back in a while, Negros. This is Byaheng Bosco, becoming a true-blooded Bosconian.
I know it was not an ordinary retreat. This is our first retreat outside Cebu province, and the only one where we experience community immersion. Still, I am not sure what to expect. We have little time, but we have so many stories to uncover. In a blink, this will become a memory. Our hope is, for both us and our families to visit, that this journey will give us a new meaning of life. Pangandoy sa Payag, a Byaheng Bosco documentary special. We started a slow morning that day, a metaphor for what life is in the province. We know that even before the sun rises, the farmers have started their long day. Carrying excitement and varied expectations with our small gift packs and simple tokens for the families, we follow the trail in a 15-minute hike mid-morning, while the farmers are already in their last clock before their oro. A Hiligaynon word used in the farm to signal a break or time for rest. Some would say it came from an English phrase, "oh rest." But for the farmers, it is just a quick timeout from the sun for yet another long toil. Our trail up is simple, yet we follow the steep slope, slowly ascending but abruptly changing. For many of us who are not used to this physically demanding way, we can only catch our breath as we pause for the scenic view and warm people that seem to hug us like a weighted homecoming. Maayong aga, a greeting we have to keep repeating in our minds to get it right, as if the Bisaya version, Maayong buntag, is far from its Hiligaynon counterpart. And that is one of our biggest challenges, the language barrier. But with a spiritual connection to this community, language as a barrier becomes a background noise. As we find better communication, meaningful silence, brightened eyes, and purposeful smiles. We arrived at the pink house where we will be assigned to our foster parents. We were welcomed by Nanay Renita.
Buyan, halimbawa sa bulak, sang tigalalag, nga sinibalaho, nga November, ginbagyo to bay todo. Nagbagyo to yang mga bulak to yang ang mga nagapta ng bulak to iba nga damo gani utang kay kung mag-ubra ka ng abono spray di mahal-mahal dan ang mga spray ng abono na di pagka iti utang sakaan pa na 10%. Tapos nang pag hana na nga inong harvest bala nga makita mo na gid ang bulak nga perte ka nami ginhalawas mo ang bagyo nga perte nga bagyo kaya isang ligad ko nga tigalalag tigin pang magnos dito tanan tigalan kay mo na galing sila ang panguma hindi mo gani mo siguro na may ara nga daog ka may ara mo perte ang walay ang mano ko lang sa kabataan nga kun hang mintras kaya sang ginikanan dapat mo tuon gid sila pag mag-eskwela gid mayo kay hindi astasan ang bulak ng mayo ang kita tipo kung obra sila ya sila magpagpuma sila pagpangato. Muna nga bitigado kami yati. Gitinguwa, gito maka-school. Kailangan kasi kami sa una, why kami niya naka-school. Why kami sa una naka-school lang, nakapadayon.
It was very eye-opening to say the least because they really shared on how they got to where they are today. It really showed me how lucky I was and that if you take care of the people around you, soon they will also take care of you. Even if you weren't family, they would always treat us like family. I reflect on my spirituality because it really made me realize the values that people need to have in order to succeed in life, and that their belief also strengthens their will to work hard every day and to provide everything they can for their family.
Nanay Minita's life now is far different than the laborious years she and her husband spent raising their 5 children. It was their belief in education that turned their lives into better secured than many of their neighbors. But unlike Nanay Renita, just few yards across the pink house, Nanay Juliet and Tatay Lando had a different fate, even if both shared a high regard for education.
Ang isa to ka bata, may bata pa ko nga isa nga laon. Hindi pala inom. Way sa nakapangasawa sa nung isa na. Tapos ang isa nga asawa to bang simbayad eh. Nung tatlo nga bata dahil ng isa kaya sa boss. Tapos ay eskwela sa college. Nagpangasawa to yung pagayaan ko lang medicine siya sa lati. Way kung may himo kung umang ila gusto. Kaya kung himo lang gusto ang eskwelahan ko hindi sila. Hindi naman Japon mga gusto ko magdagdag sila kay eskwela sila lakad lang hindi man pikado. Subukan mo ay kaya alam. Sa duta ako lang malas ng trabaho para sa amon. Wala kami sa eskwela mo. Wala kami nanay sa elementary lang din kutob. Sumunod pikado sila ni nanay. Isubong ng mga bata, tayo kuhan ko man ng eskwela. Kaya ang mula nito lang bula, kung damo ka bula. Kaya, eskwela. Kuhan lang din mag-eskwela. Di karoon kayo ba, mas lang nagtulutong. Siya sila ng mga panasawa.
Kalamulat ka po kung ang eskwela ng ano lang dito.
Sige lang, no?
Di ba pintaan mo na isang kuhan niya?
Gikit.
Sila daw ay manggana na kuhan na kalit sa tapos na kalit sa katuig. Ano ba, amo na gani nasawa. Lang alam lang siya lang.
Nang lang magtutong gid eskwela. Kung eskwela ka siyempre may pabuton kasi bungir kimpo kung may kaalam. Way ka gid sa obra nga maayo. Nang lang gid nga makatapos ka. Kung may IT. Umalang gid yung mga kuanan ang kadtuan.
Nanay Juliet and Tatay Lando are both in their late 60s and an empty nester with occasional visits from their grandchildren. With a simple yet vulnerable livelihood at the mercy of nature, they draw strength from each other's love, cemented by time and their farm as their faithful witness. We were assigned to our foster houses. As we went further into the sitio, we passed by Nanay Suset.
Ang foster parents nga nakuan kay si Tita Suset. Primary niya nga living dito kay ang pagtanom og flowers. Welcoming kay sila. Hatag din sila og snacks na mo. I-treat gid mi nila as family nila. Di sila ganahan nga kanang trabaho may daw. Ganahan sila pala may sa Bisuroy. Pero kami may insist nga magtabang og luto, tabang sa plants, tabang sa wash dishes. Makasabot po gamay ni Tita Suset. Ang indot siya mga advice, hatag siya love advice na ko. Ana siya ilim na importante ang mga makuha ni mo nga material na butang. Basta kabaw lang daw ka makontento, lipay na yun daw.
Lakit isang magligad, gindala ko sila sa talamnan kay may talamnan. Kami nagpa-timing, ito nagpatanom kami. Nagbulig-bulig to sila pangwa sang hilamon. Sadya, pato di sang last ang mihong. Kaon man sila sang inigan, yun ang pasudanan ko sila linaga nga baboy. Inang ang ano lang ilagin kaon ang langka lang dason mayo pagani sa uga miyari man nang nakakwa man ko isa ka babayi nga duwa sila laki magbayi ka ayo man lang sang ilang nga mga kuan mun tigaan niya pigado kami ano lang di ramon bala makaon sila ila mayo na gani maka-experience sila ka amo nang pangabuhi isang pigado.
For me and my group, we continued the trail to the innermost area where no one can suspect there are still many houses that survive here. This is where we met Manang Gigi, Nong Reynold, and their 3 children.
Ako si Renji, si Rinaldi, Ari Star Grace. Ako kung bana, si Rinaldi. Ako si Ginilyn, Gigi. Nag-untat naman kami isang pamaging kay nabuyo na kami sa panambulak. Kaya tungod sa hindi na naman kaya wala mga fertilizer kay mahal na. Subong naman kami nakaganar kay do nabuy sa biyahe na lang wala. Hindi kami ka-afford sa mga hilo kag ang abono. Kaya kung wala kami sang wala kami kwarta, wala kami bakal mo, hilo kag abono, ma-perde lang gyapon ng bulak. Pinagbiyahe-biyahe naman sa parang pang-adlaw naman namin eh. Kaya gaskwila na siya mo. Di may makaiga panuto man ang akong subang gabulig man sa akon. Kasi syempre masugo mo sa matigang, manghugas. Mula na ako nga pasalamatan sa ila kay do gaano man sa ila. Para responsable man bala sa ila bala. Na mga anom na ni batch. Anan okay man lang oo. Sadya man lang ara man lang sila kay syempre kung nanobra mo mabulig man sila mo. Tiway man sila namon ginapilit kung okay lang sa inyo tiga pamangkot mo kung allergy ka mo sa mga gilok or allergy ka mo sa masudan adjust kami man kasi namon kung matabo sila aris go namon mo kaya aras las puder namon tilipay mo kami yan tapos hindi sila kabalo magsibuan
bukan jadi kanto de karato tuan balay kay kating pure dang ilonggo na ka kwanda Cebuano kasi linga mayo ko din kay Cebuano di lipay mo sila ay
kaya amo niya okay man lang niya basta kay mga Cebuano or Ilonggo okay man lang kay ako kay Chindi man ako mo si ko bisan sa gamay nga English kabalo-balo man ko pero galing kay basta pasensya lang gid kay dutay lang gid nga kay syempre sa kadugay yung mga nag-eskwela do hindi ka lipat ka na kay ang imo nga ginauna pangabuhi na lang bala kag ang imo na lang ako mga tanom tang imo gina mo na yung mga bata tuduan.
To describe how their life is to understate. Their help on the farm is their 4-year-old and 7-year-old kid.
Ito pa to, below 9 years old. Maningkamot pa dyan sila trabaho. Even though bata, pagod kayo, gamay pa. Maningkamot sila trabaho sa farm, sa yuta, kuan sila pala, mas dako, taas pa nila.
Rin naman naging kami, amo man yung pangabuhi na mga bulak. Bali amo man sa amo nagpa-sustain nila mga utan, ligya kong Bernis, utan kong Domingo, budak.
Yet, in their innocence, they don't see it as work. They see the farm as their big playground. Their toys and their concept of fun are amazingly different from most of our upbringing. It is the parental love they receive that allows them to still become kids.
Asa din na song gusto nga. Nga na akong pamilya kanang magkahiusa kay natin mo na nila siya nga buo dyan sila dili unlike sa akong family mga nagka-dugay nagka-iyo bagbuwag siya ba.
The mountains may be uncertain. It can provide and it can take at the same time. But it is the reliable, tender home that Reynold and Renji can depend on as their greatest treasure. In few months, their harvest will be brought down land for different peak seasons of their livelihood. Tigkalalag, Paskwa, Bagong Tuig, and Valentine's Day.
Ang sini naman, sige-sige na namon bisan gudlay na bakin to kami taklan naman
layo pa rin no?
Oo, kay kundi kami mag-ubra, may kami gasto si eskwela, samon mga sulod balay. Kasi naman nagwantahon ka lang kay gagmay pa sila.
They were generous enough to also share with us how they enjoy the gift of nature as a reward for a day's work. Farm life is familiar to me, but for this family, it is their reality, their life. For us to share a day with them is something that we will regard as a sacred experience that in a way, we will be part of their childhood story. In the farthermost part of this mountainous town, we crossed paths with Nanay Elinita, not her real name. This is the only time this year they had some Bosconians assigned to their farm.
I believe She's the only one that's living in her house. Her husband died a year ago and she had 3 kids. The eldest was caught because he got planted with drugs. The second, he has blood disease. The third, he's in Japan but she can't communicate with them because our nanay didn't have a phone. Sila kay, maski kili nila, makuha lang ganahan kay, work hard yapon sila.
Nanay Elinita and Nong Gaga will be our reminder of the unsung ordinary Filipinos, surviving one day at a time, whose reward is a pride that they live a decent and dignified labor.
I have learned so much from listening to your stories and experiencing your life as a whole. Even if it was just as simple as cutting the roots off the stem of a flower, it gave me so much insight on how hard your life truly is. You and your family worked so hard to provide for one another. Thank you, and I hope you are well.
Words can't express how I really feel about their endearing personality and culture over there. You really feel welcomed, and I just want to thank them for welcoming us, offering us the chance to laag. Of course, we go to the waterfalls guided by their children, and I kind of feel guilty that I couldn't do as much for them, but it's what they wanted. And of course, you could really feel their sense and identity as parents. And all I want to say is Mama Duday and Papa Rino, maraming salamat gid, makita ay taliwat.
I hope na mainumduman pa ko ninyo. Yeah, I hope na dako kog tabang na hatan. Yeah. I wish you well sa inyong family. I hope na inyong tulukan na kayo mag-grow healthy, makasupport sa inyong family.
Nay o Gaga, thank you sa pag-take care na mo, maski kadiyot ra ito. Thank you sa pagpakaon na mo, even though kaning pilian kami yan, inyo pa may gipalitan og sardinas. Thank you kayo. Fully abundant inyong kaning harvest o daga mo babaligya o halong pod mo.
Siguro for the kids nga anak ug apo ni nanay, your nanay really loves you so much despite her age. Kay murag ang top priority gid is you, the kids. She's there working hard for you guys. So hopefully sooner or later you'll be successful in whatever you plan on doing and achieving. Okay? I'm sure your lola would be really proud of you guys for you to be able to repay her in the future. Hi Tita Suset, salamat kayo sa tanan bisag sa usa lang na to kadlaw nga pagkuyog. Imo ming gi-treat as family nimo, i-alagaan mi nimo, i-treat mi nimo as imo na sa mga anak. Itudloan mi nimo daghan kayo nga butang nga pag-upusan na mo nakatangnan.
Hi kay Brgy, hi Ate Je. I'm so happy nga kay ikaw na sister parents and pasasad kay grateful kay ko and salamat kayo na sa mga learnings and yung pagtudlo. Daghang nakatanan and thank you kayo na part ko balag gamay kayong oras na part ko na yung na part sa
Hi, hi ate, kuya. Papasalamat ko sa inyo na gigaydan mi nimo tarog unsa ang mga buhaton nun sa mga farmer niya. Padayon lang yapon mo kay believe ko sa inyo ha kay bisag dili pirmi ang income sa inyo, mabarog ninyo inyong family nga tarong og ganang makapakaon nimo imong pamilya bisag dili kayo dako ang income og padayon lang.
Hi, kaya rin and kay mga sawa ug sa mga anak sa ni Gab. Salamat sa tanan and thank you sa pag-welcome mo na i-treat niyo na part sa inyong family and thank you sa mga nakatunan na po, mga advice yung gihatag bisag kadiyot tarpuyog then na feel din ako nga part ko sa inyong family. I promise nga bisita ko inyo po.
May their story and many more stories we have not covered transcend to other lives that somewhere in the humble covers of the mountains there are families worth sharing our moments with. And that's what makes the Bosconian experience. To bond a strong brotherhood within and to extend the family spirit to the community that we never known we needed to encounter. This is Byaheng Bosco, becoming a true-blooded Bosconian.
Every journey begins with a step away from the familiar, and somewhere between the long roads and quiet mornings, we found something more. Something that would stay with us long after the bus ride home. Welcome to the final episode of Byaheng Bosco, becoming a true-blooded Bosconian. And we will share the intimate view of the heart of a Bosconian. When we first took this journey, I was just looking forward to seeing the Negros Island. But as the days unfolded, I realized it wasn't the destination that mattered. It was the people. It was the moments. It was us. The part that touched me most, it was the time we spent with our foster families. Eating together with them, we had time to share each other's lives. They welcomed us, complete strangers, as their own. Even if my stay was short, it felt like I was part of their family. We didn't need anything grand. Just rice, stories, laughter. And suddenly, it felt like home. There are warmth in their simplicity, strength in their humility, and love that asked for nothing in return. They taught me that love doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be present. When the noise faded, we began to listen to their stories, their struggles, their joys. We learned to see life through their eyes. That money doesn't buy happiness. It's the environment, the people around you. They are happy even if they have less. It made me realize I have so much to be thankful for. That week changed how I saw the world. The community exposure gave me a break from the spoiled city life. It made me realize how lucky I am, not because theirs is difficult, but because of the comfortable lives our parents gave us. Even so, I learned that farming is cool, that hard work feeds love, and that happiness doesn't come from things, it comes from the people. I realized that true wealth is found in a family's laughter after a long day, in meals shared by hand, and in being grateful for what you have. But beyond the families who welcomed us, I also found a deeper bond with the people I came with. It felt like having siblings throughout the immersion. We helped each other. We looked out for each other. We shared real talks, silent prayers, even sleepless nights. Somewhere along the way, classmates became brothers, and that brotherhood, that Bosconian spirit, is something I'll carry with me long after this trip ends. That's what Byaheng Bosco became. A brotherhood found on unfamiliar roads, a journey shared, not just traveled. We came home different, more grateful, more grounded, more aware of what truly matters. Byaheng Bosco wasn't just a retreat and never just about the places we went. It It was about the hearts we met and the laughter we shared. We didn't find brotherhood, we rediscovered it. Because even when the trip ends, the journey of becoming a true Bosconian continues. This is Byaheng Bosco, and I am a Bosconian.
Design and build. Bosconian ni Bay.